everybody, good morning and happy only Tuesday. That is the worst when you wake up bright and early in the morning and you're not quite sure what day it is yet because you're still kind of groggy and just waking up. You know you have to go to work because your alarm went off, but what day is it? Is it Thursday? Is it Friday? Nope, it's only Tuesday, so that is always depressing. Oh well, back to work. Lunchtime. Let me show you guys a little trick when you come to Costco and get yourself some food. If you're like me, you're gonna get yourself a slice of pizza, you're gonna get yourself something to drink, and you're gonna get yourself a chocolate yogurt. Now that's a lot of stuff to carry just by yourself, but Costco has free boxes they just give out. So you take one of these, you got yourself an instant tray for carrying all your goodies back out to your car. You see, look at that, carrying with ease. A giant slice of pepperoni pizza, a huge cup of chocolate yogurt, and a medium-sized fountain drink, all for under $5. This is why I eat at Costco pretty much every day. And home, but only for a second. I just ordered myself some food because I am absolutely starving. Dinner. Delicious plain hamburger. Oh my god, I am so full now. That was absolutely amazing. I could not eat another bite. Forgot about the rolls. Okay, food has been consumed. I am now a happy camper, no longer starving. In fact, I am way too full, but it was delicious. So as you saw, I did not go out and do any cinema hunting today, but as usual, this is where you guys come into play. It is time to answer your questions. Marco Jekyll writes, "Hey bro, I have a question. What is your favorite TV show of all time, and why is it your favorite? And I would love to meet you someday. Greetings from Marco Jekyll from the Netherlands, Amsterdam." Wow, what's my favorite TV show? That is a really difficult question to answer. There's so many good ones out there. Everything from, sitcoms to dramas to animation. I mean, so much good stuff. I certainly love a lot of the Nickelodeon classics because, as I mentioned before, when I was a kid, all I ever did was watch Nickelodeon. I never flipped past that channel. But I certainly love a lot of classic like History Channel, Discovery Channel, and Learning Channel. Actual shows that actually taught you things unlike they do now. But I guess usually when somebody asks me that question, I usually say the Gilmore Girls. I loved that show. As I mentioned, again, in the past, it was a show I had no interest in. I thought to myself, this is a chick show. I don't want to watch this. I've heard about it. I've seen little clips from it. It looks stupid. Why does anybody watch this show? It just looks ridiculous. And then I started watching a few episodes here and there, and I found myself immediately hooked and wanting to know what happened next. As soon as an episode was over, I couldn't wait till the next day to watch the next one to find out what was going on, because at this point I was watching it in syndication. So I just fell in love with the show. I thought it was amazing, and then I eventually got all the seasons on DVD, and I have never gone through a TV series that fast before. I went through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 seasons of Gilmore Girls. I got that all done within like a few weeks. I just busted through them. I was watching them at work. I got home. I would then watch them. I wasn't even watching movies at that point. I was just watching nothing but Gilmore Girls. It was insane. So I just became obsessed with this show. It's really good. I always tell people, if you have not seen the Gilmore Girls, check it out. And a lot of my male friends who I've told to watch it, who have thought I was crazy and thought there's no way it could be good, have watched it and also fell in love with it. It's just a really addictive show. So I guess if I really had to choose, or there was a gun to my head saying, what is your favorite TV show, I'd probably go with Gilmore Girls. Anthony Lewis writes, "Do you ever think your collection will be complete? As in maybe someday you will have all the movies and all the formats you want?" I don't think my collection will ever be complete per se. There is so much out there in so many different formats. You guys know how much I love collecting Laserdiscs. I will pretty much pick up any movie that I'm interested in on Laserdisc just because I absolutely love the format. I love collecting for CED and UMD and all kinds of stuff like that. I love picking up really cool artwork variations of VHS releases, all kinds of stuff like that. So really when it comes down to it, even when, physical media dies someday and they stop putting out DVDs, Blu-rays, 4K, whatever, and all that goes away and everything's digital, I might not be buying new stuff, but there's always old stuff I'll find. I'll be going to a flea market. I'll come across some really cool movie on DVD that I've never heard of or just, never found before. I'll want to pick it up, or I'll come across that really cool horror movie on VHS that I might already have on DVD or Blu-ray or something like that, but it's got really amazing VHS artwork. I'll pick it up, or I'll come across a stack of laser discs that I don't have yet, stuff like that. I will probably always be finding stuff. I don't think my collection will ever truly be complete.
Jose Cordero writes, what are some of the rarest movies any format you own?
Honestly, I'm not really all that sure. I am not your typical collector in the sense that I really pay attention to what's out of print, how much something is worth, because that doesn't really matter to me so much. I don't want to own a movie because it's worth a lot of money. I don't want to own a movie because it's rare and out of print. I mean, yes, that's always cool when I pick something up and some of you guys leave comments saying, do you know how much that's worth? That's out of print. It's been out of print for all this time now. It's worth like hundreds of dollars. That's always neat. But for me, it's not about the value. It's about the fact that I own this movie that I really want to own because I want to watch it. So I don't really pay attention to that stuff. As you guys know, for those of you who've been watching me for some time now, you know that I go out to pawn shops and flea markets and thrift stores and whatnot, and I buy movies, and I'll say, hey, I picked up this really cool movie, looking forward to checking it out, and then you guys are like, do you know how rare that is? I have no idea. I just don't pay attention to that sort of stuff. So as far as the rarest movie I own, I don't know. I mean, I have like a sealed copy of Camp Cucamonga. I know that goes for a little bit, and I have other random stuff as well. You guys probably know better what I have that's rare than what I do, honestly, because I just don't really pay attention to that kind of stuff because it's really not important to me. I collect because I love movies. I have all this not because I want to have movies. I have all this because I want to watch this stuff. I love this stuff. I want to be able to watch Son-in-Law anytime I want. I want to be able to watch the Goosebumps movie anytime I want. I mean, I want to be able to watch this stuff whenever I want to watch this stuff. And that is the reason why I have this collection and why I do collect. But as far as rare, I mean, I don't know about the movies, but I can definitely say that my CB HD player and my HD VMD player and the fact that I have movies for those, probably some of the rarest things I have in my collection because the CB HD player, very hard to get a hold of, and a HD VMD player, very hard to get a hold of, but the movies for both of those are extremely difficult to get a hold of. I have no idea why players are, pretty difficult, but then the movies are extremely. You think it'd be like kind of even, like, okay, players and movies really hard to get a hold of, but it's just insane how much more difficult the movies are to get a hold of than the players, even though the players are very difficult to get a hold of as well. And luckily I have two HD VMD players box. I can't believe I can say that. And the fact that right up above me is actually a stack of HD VMD movies and CB HD movies. It blows my mind still to this day that I can say I even own a player and even a movie in those formats. That's just amazing because it took me so long to track those down. But I'd say those are the rarest things, which is kind of funny because to most people, they wouldn't even care about that at all. But rarity, I'd say, is also in the eye of the beholder. To me, that stuff is very rare and means a lot to me because it's so difficult to find. But to your average viewer, probably doesn't care. Your average collector, whatever, doesn't really care about that format because it is just a weird, obscure format. They don't want that stuff. They want to have the movies on Blu-ray, DVD, and whatnot. They're looking for that. They don't want some weird format from China or something like that. So, I don't know. I'd say that's my rarest stuff, but as far as my rarest movie, I'm really not sure.
Last question for today. Hi, CS. I'm curious if you ever see any of the Toe Tag production movies or ever met any of them since they're based out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Joe M.
Do you mean have I ever seen them out and about filming or have I actually ever seen any of their movies? As far as them out and about filming, I have no idea. I don't think so. I actually have no idea who Toe Tag Productions is. I'm actually located outside of Philadelphia, not outside of Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a good, 5-hour drive west. But I don't know. However, I do have my trusty computer here. So let's see what Toe Tag has put out. All right, I have Toe Tag, their filmography up here. And from the looks of it, I've never seen any of these movies. I've never even heard of any of these movies. They all look very interesting, though. These look like fun films. I'm definitely intrigued now. This is my first time ever hearing of Toe Tag that I can think of. I don't believe I've ever heard of them before. And this looks awesome. These movies look really fun. I definitely want to check these out. But yeah, I've never seen any of these. If this is their entire filmography, I've never seen any of these. So the answer is, I believe, no to both. I've never seen any of the movies, and I've never seen them out and about filming, to the best of my knowledge. That'd be really cool if I did someday. That'd be awesome. And now I definitely want to check out their movies. All right, so that's it for the questions. As always, thank you guys so much for sending them my way. If I have not gotten to your question yet, don't worry, I will. I swear I will answer it. I do answer these in the order in which I receive them, so your answer is coming very soon, I assure you. But by all means, ask me more questions. I would say at this point, you can ask me whatever you want. I usually say keep them cinema related. I do appreciate cinema related questions, but if you want to ask me anything at all, feel free to, and you can send your questions to questions@cinemasickness.com. That's question with an S, questions@cinemasickness.com, and I will be sure to answer them real soon. All right, now on to tonight's Cinema Sickness Halloween Horathon title, and it's going to be Psycho 2. It's been a long time since I've last checked this movie out. I remember absolutely loving it, but honestly cannot remember too much of what happens in the film. It's been that long, so I cannot wait to rewatch this film. And if I remember correctly, Psycho 3 and 4 were actually pretty good as well. Okay, Psycho 2. What a fun movie. I remember the first time I ever heard there was a sequel to Psycho, let alone 3 of them. I thought, how can this be? How can you take such a perfect movie like Psycho and make a sequel to it without it just being a cheesy cash-in? That's exactly what I thought going into this movie the first time I ever watched it. A cheesy cash-in. It's just, they're backing off the original because it was so popular and everybody loved it. It's such an iconic movie, the first slasher, quote-unquote. They're just trying to capitalize off the first movie. Little did I know, it's actually an amazing plot, a really good idea for a sequel to Psycho, and I give them total props for that, for not just cashing in, for them actually coming up with a good idea, with a good plot to make the movie fun, interesting, and actually make a decent sequel. So Norman Bates is now out of the psychiatric ward. He's deemed okay, and he can go back into society. Well, of course, the sister of Janet Leigh's character, who's actually played by, and I'm gonna forget her name, Vera Miles, who actually played her sister from the original Psycho, she is not okay with Norman being let go because obviously, he killed her sister, so she's not cool with that, and she comes up with this crazy, elaborate plan to make Norman Bates go back to either go snap and go back to being crazy, or kind of set him up so that the police think he went crazy again. And it's just this huge elaborate thing involving her daughter, and there's all these twists and turns in the movie. So you spend most of the movie not quite knowing what's going on. Has Norman gone crazy? Is Norman killing all people? Is it the sister? Is she going crazy and killing all people? Is it the sister's daughter? Is she killing everybody? You're not quite sure who's doing what until the very end. And even at the very end, you're sort of left guessing maybe a little bit, especially with the kind of twist after the twist, which I'm not... I like the ending of the movie. I just think maybe it was not explained in a very good way. I don't want to give too much away to you guys. I really don't want to tell you all the twists and turns and spoil the whole movie for you. So I won't tell you the very ending, but there is a bit of a twist at the ending. We do find something out about Norman and his mother, and I thought maybe that was a little strange. Maybe that didn't necessarily need to happen, but it wasn't bad. It didn't ruin the movie. It just felt a little much and just like an extra bit of plot we didn't need. But what that little bit of extra plot turns into, I liked. So I kind of forgave it. I'm like, okay, do we need to know about this? Was this something necessary for the movie? Maybe not necessarily, but what it led to was awesome. So, okay, I'll forgive it. So I would highly recommend checking out Psycho 2. Again, a really good plot, just a fun, it's a horror movie. It's like a mystery movie. It's just about this lady, the sister of Janet Leigh's character from the first movie, who is in of herself just badass crazy. You're asking yourself, okay, is Norman the one who's actually crazy, or is she the one who's crazy? Like, are they both just absolutely nuts? But she definitely has her issues too, because of the huge, crazy, elaborate plans she goes through to get Norman put back into the psychiatric ward so he can't be out and harm anybody else and she ends up going and basically doing the same thing. So I don't know, I'm spoiling things for you guys. So watch the movie. If you were a fan of Psycho, then you have to check out Psycho 2. And with that, once again, I am off to bed. Gotta get up early for work. So quickly, just want to say, I hope you guys are enjoying this new style of videos I'm doing. This isn't necessarily going to be the norm. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to stick to this kind of like quick cut thing that I'm doing. I don't know. I'm just trying to just change things up a little bit, kind of keep things fresh. If you do 365 videos a year for nearly 6 years now, you got to change things up every now and then to keep things fresh, not only with you guys, but with me as well. I like to just try new things every now and then to just try and broaden my horizons on how to shoot videos and edit videos and whatnot, and just get some new ideas and new feel for things. So a lot of you guys have left comments saying that you like this new style, so that's awesome. If you like it, don't like it, whatever, leave some comments down below. I just want to hear your thoughts, get your feedback on that, so definitely let me know. Again, I don't know if this is going to be the norm. It might stay, it might not. I might go back to the way I was doing videos. I don't know. We'll just see how things go. We're going to play it by ear. So again, leave some comments. So, all right, guys, as always, thank you so much for checking this video out. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Also, if you want to see a brand new video from me every single day, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to grab yourself a Cinema Sickness t-shirt, one of many different designs you can choose from, then head over to cinemasickness.spreadshirt.com where you can get yourself one of these. And finally, if you'd like to support new content and keep these videos coming your way every single day, head over to patreon.com/cinemasickness, where the simple donation of $1 or as much as you like really does go a long way. It all goes right back into these videos and gains you early access to most of my videos as well. So again, as always, thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.